playing Elena Rybakina for the first time. Yeah, I'm happy with my performance. I think I was able to reach a really good level of tennis. And honestly, I don't think it was an easy win for her. Alexandra Eala has officially wrapped up her entire Italian Open campaign. And honestly, Rome may have delivered the best clay court week of her career so far. 3 singles matches, 2 doubles matches, battles against some of the best players in the world. No, she didn't win every match, but what the 20-year-old showed at Italian Open this week said everything about where her game is heading. Let's break it all down. First, the singles run, because before we even talk about doubles, we need to appreciate just how impressive Eala looked on clay this week. She arrived in Rome ranked world number 42, and in the opening round she absolutely dismantled Magdalena Frech, serving up a 6-0 first-set bagel. Total control from the very first ball. Frech responded in the second set and grabbed it 6-3, making things far more complicated. But Eala stayed composed and battled through the decider 6-4, securing the crucial break in the final service game after 2 hours and 7 minutes of intense tennis. That was a war. And Eala walked out the winner. It was also her first career victory at the Italian Open after a first-round exit there last season. Rome noticed her this time, and she knew it. But then came the match that made the run even more meaningful. Round 2, Wang Xinyu. The same Wang Xinyu who knocked Eala out in the Auckland semi-finals back in January. The same player who eliminated her in 3 sets in New Zealand. 4 months later, Alexandra Eala came back and returned the favor. A composed 6-4, 6-3 straight sets victory over Wang Xinyu. And this time it happened on the biggest clay stage outside of French Open. That's not a fluke. That's a player who studied the loss, adjusted her game, and came back stronger. Honestly, that result alone made the entire Rome trip worthwhile. And then came the third round. This was the ultimate test. Elena Rybakina, world number 2 reigning Australian Open champion, and one of the most dominant players on tour. She entered the match with a ridiculous 29-6 record in 2026. What made it even more interesting? Rybakina was reportedly so focused on preparing for Eala's left-handed game that she practiced with a left-handed sparring partner before the match. Think about that for a second. The world number 2 was specifically game planning for a 20-year-old from the Philippines. That alone says everything about the respect Eala is starting to command on tour. Now yes, Rybakina won the match 6-4, 6-3. And realistically, it was the expected result. Rybakina is playing terrifying tennis right now. 6 aces, 28 winners, and a serve that explodes off the clay like it's unfair. But there's a part of this match people are not talking about enough. Eala broke her to love in the second set. Against one of the best servers in women's tennis. Against a Grand Slam champion. Against a player who had dominated nearly everyone this season. Eala stepped in, attacked early, took time away from Rybakina, and grabbed a 2-1 lead in the second set by breaking her without dropping a point. That is not luck. That is fearless tennis. Rybakina eventually responded like elite champions do, reeling off the next 3 games and regaining control of the match. But Eala absolutely showed she belonged on that court. And honestly, Eala's own words after the match captured the moment perfectly. Yeah, I'm happy with my performance. I think I was able to reach a good level of tennis. And I don't think it was an easy win for her. Not an easy win for the world number 2. That sentence alone tells you how far Alexandra Eala has come. That's not a small statement. And more importantly, it was true. After the tournament, Alexandra Eala posted on Instagram, "Rome heard me this time. Grazie mille." Honestly, that was the perfect ending to a week that unfolded exactly the way it needed to. This marked the first time in Eala's career that she reached the 3rd round of a WTA 1000 clay event. Career milestone. In Rome. Against Elena Rybakina. Now let's get into the doubles run because wow, they really did not get an easy introduction. Eala teamed up with Hailey Baptiste. And the crazy part is they had never played doubles together before this tournament. Not once. They entered the Italian Open as last-minute alternates after Leylah Fernandez and Elisabetta Cocchiaretto withdrew from the draw. Eala even admitted she found out they were in the tournament the very same day. So think about the situation. A completely new partnership. Zero chemistry built through previous matches. Thrown into the main draw at the last second. And then the tennis gods decided to make it even harder. Because their first-round opponents were the number 2 seeds. Katerina Siniakova and Taylor Townsend. Basically the hottest doubles team on the planet. They had already won Indian Wells Open, Miami Open, and Madrid Open that season. 3 massive titles in a row. Siniakova was ranked world number 1 in doubles. Townsend was world number 2. And Eala already knew exactly how dangerous they were, because just 3 weeks earlier in Madrid, she and Zeynep Sonmez had faced the same duo and lost 6-1, 7-5. So Eala walked into this match fully aware of the challenge waiting for her. And early on it looked brutal. Siniakova and Townsend exploded out of the gates, racing to a 4-0 lead in the opening set before Eala and Baptiste could even settle into the match. But in the 5th game, Eala finally sparked something, winning back-to-back points to get her team on the board and inject a little energy into the contest. On the scoreboard, which honestly felt like a small win by itself. They split the next 2 games, but Katerina Siniakova slammed the door on the opening set with an ace in Game 8. Purely clinical tennis. The second set started the exact same way. Another brutal 4-0 run from the number 2 seeds. But then came the one moment where it felt like the momentum could shift. In Game 5, Siniakova chased down a ball, slipped hard, and crashed to the clay at deuce. For a second, the entire atmosphere changed. You could feel the uncertainty. And right after that, Hailey Baptiste stepped up with a clutch ace to steal the game. That felt like the opening. The moment where maybe, just maybe, the match could turn. Except it didn't. Because Siniakova is simply built differently. She got back up like nothing had happened and immediately locked back in. Then came Game 7, where 2 straight unforced errors from Alexandra Eala handed Siniakova and Taylor Townsend match point. One backhand smash later it was over. 6-2, 6-1. And honestly, there's no shame in that scoreline. Right now, Siniakova and Townsend are operating on an entirely different level in doubles. They're winning almost everything in sight. Sure, you can point out that Eala and Baptiste were a brand new pairing who entered as last-minute alternates with basically zero chemistry. That's absolutely fair. But it's also true that elite doubles teams do this to people. That's what happens when the world number 1 and world number 2 doubles players are sharing the same side of the court. Still, when you zoom out and look at Alexandra Eala's overall Italian Open campaign, the bigger picture becomes really exciting. She came to Rome specifically to improve on clay. She said herself this was all preparation for French Open. Last year in Rome. First round exit. This year. 3 wins across singles and doubles. A 3rd round appearance at a WTA 1000 event. And a competitive match against the world number 2. That is major progress. She's now 4-4 on clay in 2026. And the improvement is obvious. Her movement looked sharper. Her point construction was smarter. Her competitiveness was stronger. And most importantly, she pushed Elena Rybakina, one of the most dominant players in the sport, into moments of real discomfort. And keep in mind, Eala turns 21 on May 23rd. 21. She's already ranked world number 42, already reaching the 3rd round of WTA 1000 events on clay, already breaking the serve of the world number 2 on one of the biggest stages in tennis. The French Open begins May 24th, literally the day after her birthday, and reports say she's planning to play in Strasbourg Open beforehand to get even more clay court reps. She is clearly building toward Roland Garros with purpose. And this week in Rome confirmed something important. The clay court version of Alexandra Eala is becoming very real. Look, Siniakova and Townsend were always going to be a nightmare matchup in doubles. You're not realistically beating a team like that with 1 day of preparation and no established chemistry. That's fine. Because the bigger takeaway from Rome was never the doubles loss. It was the growth. Grinding through a 3-set battle against Magdalena Frech. Getting revenge against Wang Xinyu. Pushing Elena Rybakina into uncomfortable territory. Then jumping straight into doubles afterward because she wanted more court time and more learning opportunities. That's the mentality of someone building towards something much bigger. She's not showing up just to participate. She's embracing tough draws, absorbing lessons from every match, and steadily building a complete clay court identity. And then after all of that, she posts, "Rome heard me this time." Simple. Confident. Rome absolutely heard her. And if this week is any indication, French Open might hear her too.